In fact, these days you can easily put something into Grok or ChatGTP and see it spit out some answers for you. And the real problem with that is that you read it, but you don't really think about it in terms of yourself. So we're going to look at some tools that you can use to make it hit home a little bit deeper at the end of this. All right. There are, by the way, lots of software tools nowadays that will analyze your trades, and you can just input automatically your blotter or spreadsheet at the end of the day, and it'll tell you your average winner and the average holding time for the winners, and your average loser and the holding time for the losers. So it's super cool if you really want to delve down into the analytics of what's going on under your hood. And lastly, the rumors, the greed, the fear, all of these lead us to make irrational decisions. And I see it all the time, you know, left and right, because we're more susceptible to that when we haven't been taking care of ourselves. For example, we're tired and didn't get enough sleep, or we just had a fight with somebody, or we walk in and we're not prepared, and that makes us susceptible to all these emotional factors that lead to irrational decision making. So let's get down to the first step on improving the odds here, okay? And that comes down to some basic accountability and responsibility. Acknowledge the fact that your drawdowns and overall lack of performance is going to come more often than not from behavioral issues. Okay, it's not because you screwed up on the execution of the trade. It's not because you forgot to put in a stop and so forth. In the big scheme of things, it's the patterns in your own behavior that are going to most influence the bottom line. Okay, so don't excuse your mistakes, because it's an opportunity to study these peak performance guidelines. And I'm sure that most of you who have excelled in sports at school, when you were young, or perhaps musical instrument or some type of other performance-oriented discipline, have heard these things before. Lastly, you guys, it's darn near impossible to be profitable when you have distractions, and that includes a full-time job. So what are we going to do about that? How can we still make this game fun? We're going to look at that too. But let's start off with the first goal of gaining experience, okay? Our market education. And we want to gain in the market study with the limited amount of hours that we have, assuming that you do have a full-time job or other outside things going on.